Monday morning arrived with its usual rhythm. Employees filled the halls of Apex Innovations. Printers hummed. Phones rang. Meetings began. But something was different. For the first time in years, Emeka wasn't the first person to walk into Tunde's office. Tunde glanced at the clock. 8:45 a.m. Strange. Emeka was always early. Just as he reached for his laptop, someone knocked gently. "Come in." The door opened. It was Adiz. "Morning, boss." "Morning. I've been looking for Emeka." "So have I." Before either of them could say another word, laughter echoed from the reception area. Emeka's voice, and someone else's. Adiz looked toward the door. "I think he's here." A few moments later, Emeka walked into the office. Behind him was Joy. She carried 2 takeaway coffee cups. "Good morning," she said cheerfully. Tunde smiled politely. "Morning." Emeka scratched the back of his head. "Sorry I'm late." Joy laughed. "It was my fault. I convinced him to stop for coffee." She handed 1 cup to Emeka. "I still can't believe you drink coffee without sugar." Emeka laughed. "You'll get used to it." Tunde quietly looked down at the coffee already sitting on his desk. Every morning, Emeka used to bring it. Today, someone else had. For a brief moment, the room felt different. The morning meeting went smoothly. Joy stayed to discuss her company's software project with the team. She fit in naturally. She was intelligent, funny, easy to talk to. Even Adiz liked her. "I can see why you and Emeka were friends at university," Adiz said. Joy smiled. "He hasn't changed much." Emeka laughed. "I'll take that as a compliment." "You should." Everyone laughed. Everyone, except Tunde. Later that afternoon, Emeka knocked on Tunde's office door. "You've been hiding in here all day." "I've been working." "You always say that." "It's true." Emeka sat down. "You've hardly spoken to me." Tunde looked up. "I've spoken to you. Not like usual." "I'm fine." Emeka leaned forward. "Did I do something?" Tunde immediately shook his head. "No." "Then what's wrong?" "Nothing." Emeka sighed. "You know. I hate that word." "What word?" "Nothing." "Whenever you say nothing, it means something." Tunde smiled faintly. "I promise. I'm okay." Emeka studied his face for a few seconds, then nodded. "If you need me." "I know. You don't even have to ask." "I know." That evening, the employees gradually left the office. Joy stopped by Emeka's desk. "I'm heading home. Already. I've got an early meeting tomorrow." She smiled. "Thank you for today." "My pleasure. I'll see you tomorrow?" "You will." She waved goodbye to everyone before leaving. Emeka watched her walk away, then turned around. "Tunde. Let's grab dinner." Tunde closed the file he was reading. "You and me. Of course. We haven't done that in days." A smile finally appeared on Tunde's face. "I'd like that." For the next 2 hours, everything felt normal again. They laughed, argued over football, talked about work, shared childhood memories, just like they always had. As they left the restaurant, Emeka smiled. "I missed this." Tunde looked at him. "So did I." Neither of them noticed. Across the street, Joy had just stepped out of a bookstore. She smiled when she saw them laughing together. "They really are inseparable," she whispered to herself. She waved from across the road. Emeka waved back. "Joy, I'm glad I caught you," she said as she crossed over. "I forgot my project file in your office. I'll bring it tomorrow." "No rush." The 3 chatted for a few minutes before saying goodbye. As Joy drove away, Emeka turned to Tunde. "She's a good person." Tunde nodded. "She is. And I think she'll become a good friend." Tunde forced a smile. "I'm sure she will." But as they walked toward the car, Tunde couldn't ignore the feeling growing inside him. Not anger, not jealousy, just the quiet realization that life was changing. And no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't stop it. 3 weeks had passed since Joy returned to Lagos. In those 3 weeks, one thing had become obvious. She and Emeka had become good friends. They spoke almost every day, sometimes about work, sometimes about life, sometimes about nothing at all. Monday morning, Tunde arrived at Apex Innovations earlier than everyone else. As usual, he was already reviewing reports when Emeka walked into his office. "Morning, partner." "Morning." Emeka sat down with his usual smile. "You look like you've been here all night." "I got here an hour ago." "I knew it. You work too much. And you talk too much." They both laughed. Before Emeka could say another word, his phone vibrated. He looked at the screen and smiled. Tunde noticed. "Joy." Emeka nodded. "She wants to know if we're still meeting this afternoon." She's bringing over the final proposal for her company's project." "Oh." Tunde returned to his laptop. "Tell her we're expecting her." That afternoon, Joy arrived carrying a neatly organized presentation. "Good afternoon, everyone." "Good afternoon," the team replied. For nearly 2 hours, they discussed the project in detail. When the meeting ended, Joy gathered her documents. "Thank you both." Emeka smiled. "You're welcome." As she was about to leave, she turned back. "Emeka." "Yes. My birthday is this Saturday." "Oh, happy birthday in advance." "Thank you." She hesitated before continuing. "I'm having a small dinner with close friends. I'd really like you to come." Emeka smiled warmly. "I'd be happy to." Then Joy looked at Tunde. "And you're invited too." Tunde smiled politely. "Thank you. I'll think about it. I hope you come." She waved goodbye before leaving. As soon as the elevator doors closed, Emeka turned toward Tunde. "You'll come, right?" "I don't know." "Why not?" "I'm not really a party person." "It's not a party. It's just dinner." Tunde smiled. "You know I don't enjoy crowds. There won't be many people." "I'll think about it." Emeka sighed dramatically. "I'll keep convincing you until Saturday. You've always been stubborn. And you've always given in eventually." Tunde laughed. "We'll see." Saturday evening arrived. Emeka adjusted his jacket while standing in front of the mirror. His phone buzzed. "Tunde." "I'm sorry, partner. Something came up. I won't be able to make it tonight." Emeka frowned. He called immediately. "Tunde. I'm really sorry. It's okay. You don't sound convinced." "I just thought." "What?" "I thought it would have been nice if you were there." There was a brief silence. "I know. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you tomorrow." "Tomorrow." The call ended. Emeka slipped his phone into his pocket and left for Joy's birthday dinner. The restaurant was beautifully decorated. Soft music filled the room. Joy welcomed him with a warm smile. "You made it. I wouldn't miss your birthday." She laughed. "I was hoping Tunde would come too." "He couldn't." "That's a shame." The evening was filled with laughter. Joy introduced Emeka to a few of her friends. Everyone liked him immediately. As the night went on, one of Joy's friends leaned toward her and whispered, "You two look good together." Joy smiled shyly. "Oh, stop." Emeka overheard the comment and simply laughed it off. Meanwhile, across the city, Tunde sat alone in his apartment. The television was on, but he wasn't watching it. His phone rested on the table beside him. He looked at it several times. He wanted to call Emeka. Instead, he put the phone down. "It's just one dinner," he whispered to himself. "So why does it feel like everything is changing?" Outside, rain began to fall gently over Lagos. And somewhere across the city, Emeka laughed at one of Joy's jokes. For the first time in years, Tunde wasn't there to laugh with him. And neither of them realized that sometimes people don't drift apart all at once. Sometimes, it happens one missed moment at a time. Monday morning arrived, and Apex Innovations was buzzing with activity. The weekend was over, but the memory of Joy's birthday dinner still lingered in Emeka's mind. As he stepped into the office, he smiled when he saw Tunde already working. "Morning, partner." Tunde looked up and smiled. "Morning." Emeka walked over and placed a cup of coffee on Tunde's desk. "I figured I should bring this back." Tunde looked at the coffee, then at Emeka. "I was beginning to think you'd retired." Emeka laughed. Never. The two shared a smile before getting back to work. For a moment, everything felt normal again. Later that morning, Joy arrived at the office. She knocked lightly before entering. "I hope I'm not disturbing you." "Not at all," Tunde replied. "I just wanted to thank you both." "What for?" Emeka asked. "For making my birthday special." "I'm only sorry you couldn't make it, Tunde." Tunde smiled politely. "I'll make it up to you another time." Joy nodded. "I'll hold you to that." She handed them a small box. "I brought you both some pastries." Emeka immediately opened the box. "You know the way to my heart." Joy laughed. "I remembered." After the meeting, Joy and Emeka walked toward the elevator together. "So," Joy began, "I've been thinking." "That's dangerous," Emeka joked. She laughed. "I have a business conference in Abuja next weekend. My company was invited." "That's great." "It is." She paused. "And I was wondering if you'd like to come with me." Emeka blinked. "Me? You've helped me a lot with the project. It would be nice to have someone I know there." Emeka thought for a moment. "I'll have to check my schedule." "No pressure. Just let me know." The elevator doors opened. Joy smiled. "I'll see you later." "See you." Back inside the office, Tunde looked up as Emeka returned. "What kept you?" "We were just talking." "Oh." Emeka sat down. "Joy invited me to Abuja next weekend." Tunde stopped typing. "For work." "Mostly." "What does mostly mean?" Emeka smiled. "There's also a networking dinner." Tunde nodded slowly. "Sounds like a good opportunity." "You think I should go?" Tunde hesitated for a second. Then he smiled. "I do. If it's good for your career, you shouldn't miss it." Emeka studied Tunde's face. "Are you sure?" "Of course." "All right. I'll tell her yes." Tunde forced another smile. "I think that's the right decision." But as Emeka left the office to make the call, Tunde leaned back in his chair. His smile slowly disappeared. For the first time, he wished he had given a different answer. That evening, the two friends left work together. Traffic in Lagos was unusually heavy. Instead of driving separately, Emeka suggested they stop for suya from their favorite roadside spot, just like they had done for years. They stood beside the grill, laughing as the vendor prepared their order. "You remember when we used to come here after university?" Emeka asked. "Every Friday. We were broke." Tunde laughed. "But somehow we always found money for suya. It was our tradition." Emeka smiled. "We should never stop doing this." Tunde looked at his best friend. "No, we shouldn't." Neither of them realized some traditions survive time. Others are quietly replaced by new ones. And sometimes, you don't notice the change until it's already happened. As they got into their cars to head home, Emeka's phone buzzed. It was Joy. "Good news. I booked your seat for Abuja. I can't wait for the trip." Emeka smiled as he replied. Tunde noticed the smile, but said nothing. He started his engine and drove away, watching the taillights disappear.